Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, lovely people. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Can everybody hear me clearly? Good evening, Yvonne. How are you, Miss Nelly Ngoma, Mildred Cabasso? How are you? How are you? Good evening, everybody. You are welcome. You are welcome tonight. You are welcome tonight. You are welcome tonight. Please tell me, the Nelly Ngoma on the call, are you the one that recently wrote a book and Subset delivered the books to you? I'm trying to, the name is it's the same name, so I'm just trying to understand if it's the same Nelly Ngoma. Please confirm. Please confirm if it's you. We recently delivered some books with Subset for a certain Nelly Ngoma, and it's an amazing book. Please confirm if you are the person on the call tonight. Please confirm. You are welcome, everybody. I hope everybody can. Am I loud and clear? Can everybody hear me? Is my voice audible? Am I audible enough? Ah, okay, great. Maybe it's a sign that you need to write your book very soon. I'll share that one with you. I'll see how I can catch you on the group. Her name is actually Nelly Ngoma. She wrote a book not too long ago. It was actually launched, I think, a week or two ago. I'm just trying to find the name. Um trying to find the name of the book. Nah, forgive me. It's actually Leah. Leah. Sorry. Ah, okay, great. No, you are welcome to tonight's call. Um, absolutely, very soon. Hey, Etambuyo, how are you? Good to have you. Good to have you. Good to have you. I'm not sure who else is on the call. If I missed you, please bear with me. I'm only getting the comments as they pop up on my screen. So if I missed you, bear with me. But everybody is welcome. My name is Scott Joshua. Um, and we're gonna have an amazing 60 minutes together tonight. I'm looking forward because today we're talking about one of my favorite topics. I believe this is week three, if I'm not mistaken. Week three in our course outline, and we still got, I think, one more course to do together. So it's going to be amazing. I love today's topic because it talks about something that I'm very, very passionate about. So just for a background check, just before we jump into it, we'll be tackling about three topics. I don't think there's about six topics that we're supposed to tackle, but I don't think time will allow because I want to really focus on making sure that what I'm trying to bring up is understood. So mainly, I'm a banker and a marketer by profession, and I've been in marketing. I have a 5 year experience in sales and marketing. Started my first sales and marketing career in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, 2019. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So that's around 4 to 5 years of marketing and sales. And I've been doing that mainly in South Africa and worked with companies like Rovert Marketing, which is like one of the top marketing companies here in South Africa. And that's where I got to learn most of my skills, got to learn most of my expertise. And I hope I can share little 2 cents just to see who I can help with understanding sales and marketing. So it's a very, 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 very beautiful topic. It's a very, very beautiful career. Every business, the bloodline of every business is sales. You are not in business if you're not selling. So if there's no sales at the end of the day, you are maybe a charity. You are a non-profit organization. You're an NPC. So if you are not making profit, you are not selling. And that's what we're here to talk about, because every single day we're selling. There's a beautiful book that I usually advise people to read. It's called Selling Through Life. Now, the selling there is not the spelling of selling as in SELLING. It's sailing like though, like sailing on the ocean. SAILING. Sailing through life, but it talks about sales in a nutshell. Each and every day we are sailing. Each and every single day we are selling. Every minute, every second, there's somebody that is selling something to you. I was doing a research not too long ago about how much money is transacted each and every day. Each and every day, there's money that is flying over our heads, meaning there's somebody that is buying and there's somebody that is selling. So, which side are you? Which side are you? I usually tell people this. There's this thing, it's big here in South Africa. It's called Black Friday, right? And people go crazy when it's Black Friday. It's now that time to buy you that TV. Excuse me, it's time for you to buy that, pair of sneakers that you've always wanted. It's always that time, and there's a frenzy in the neighborhood. Malls are always packed. It's a crazy period. But I always like to tell people this, that if a pair of sneakers was $1,000, and on that day it's been sold for 50%, 50% sale, which is 500 rand or 500 kwacha, you haven't saved 500 rand or 500 kwacha. You've spent 500 rand or 500 kwacha. So there's no saving that has necessarily taken place. It's just a marketing scheme. It's a marketing game. It's a game of numbers. It's a game of who knows, who understands which side of the coin you should fall. Are you gonna fall on the buyer side? Are you gonna fall on the seller side? I want to challenge somebody on this call. November, I think that thing happens in November. This coming November, right? As we approach November, if you're in business for the first time, if it's not the first time, well done. But for the first time, as we approach Black Friday, can you be on the side of the people that are making money than the people that are spending? Because you're not saving nothing. You're not saving anything. You are spending. And that is the most important thing. So the guy who's on the other side of the till or the counter is the one that is winning. Which side are you going to be this Black Friday? So let's quickly go into it. We're going to be understanding. Our topic today is understanding. We're going to tackle three topics. We've got quite a number of topics that we're supposed to tackle. So we're supposed to tackle understanding your market and positioning, sales funnels explained for small businesses, social media marketing for startups. I won't really go deep into that one. The power of personal branding in sales. I'll touch a little bit on it, but I know Coach David is manning the gate of branding. So I'm sure a lot of things have been deposited on your other class there. We're supposed to talk about pricing models and product packaging. I'll see if I can touch on that. Um, but most importantly, though, what I want to talk about is understanding your market and position, right? So it's important. So quickly, let's run. We don't have much time, so we're just quickly going to jump into it, right? So the most important thing that is cardinal, especially in the context of understanding what space you are in, is that concept itself, understanding. What are the dynamics at play? What are the things that govern the place that you're about to step into? Do you know who the gatekeepers are? Do you understand who's who in the zoo? Because most of the times, the ability for you to just understand first, for you to just look around and understand the game and how it is played, you're already a step closer into winning when it comes to marketing and sales. So the first thing, like I said, is understanding your market. So I'll be giving examples, practical examples. Let's say from different industries. I'll see if I can use my industry, whatever industry I can use as an example, just to bring it home so that you can begin to understand. Understanding your market has to do with about three things, right? It has to do with your understanding demographics. It has to do with understanding the psychological graphic, and it has to do with the behaviors of the area or the market that you're dealing with, right? So, mainly, the most important thing is who is your target market when it comes to understanding your space. Who is your target market? Is it a blanket approach? Are you for everybody, which is rarely the case, because once you're for everybody, you won't really niche to a specified target, and it is usually those people that niche their brand, niche their business to attract a specific target that usually have successful returns. Now, I want to say something that my former boss once told me. He told me, Josh, a lot of young people, a lot of people that get into business, they're so big on wanting to make the big deal, wanting to cash the big check, wanting to make 100K now. And he told me something. The trick to business and the most important aspect about business is understanding sales. And in understanding sales, you need to learn how to make small money consistently. So I'm going to say that again. You need to learn how to make small money consistently. Because if you're chasing the big deal, you will get a lot of no's more than you will get yeses. There's something in marketing that is called marketing and sales, or rather sales especially, that is called the law of average. The law of average states that in a nutshell, for every 10 people that you speak to, one will be a positive. So for every 10 people that you speak to, one will be a positive. That's what the law of average simply states. 10 people equal to one positive, meaning nine will be negatives. So if you're chasing a big deal and the fact that you face more negatives than positives, chances are that you will give up along the way, because when you're chasing it, there's a lot of passion that you put behind it without understanding that you need to learn how to chase the small little monies. You need to learn how to make 100 kwacha. You can't make 100K if you've never made 100 kwacha. You can't make 500K. You can't make 1 million if you've never made 100,000 kwacha. You understand? So the game is understanding how to make small money consistently. And before you know it, you will understand that on that average of a scale, that as long as you are consistently in the game, the goal is to forever be in the game. Don't you ever be out of the game, because the moment you're out of the game, you miss out. So basically, understanding demographics also are very, very important. Who's your target market, right? Who's your target market? Another thing that is also very important about understanding your space or your market or the place that you'll be playing in is who's the top dog. Because every single space that you enter into, there's somebody who's been there for 15 years. There's somebody who's been there for 5 years. There's somebody who's been there for longer than a week or a month or a year that you've been in that game. So understanding who's the top dog in that space is another area that you need to really emphasize on, because the moment you learn who the top dog is, there are certain things that will cripple down on you because you are observing them. And it is not difficult. A lot of people like this thing called competition. People love to compete. Naturally, life is a competitive world. I like to liken life to the jungle. I always tell people this: each and every day in the morning when you wake up, there's a gazelle that is being chased by a lion every single day. So I always tell people, you don't necessarily have to be the fastest gazelle. You just have to be faster than the slowest gazelle. That in itself puts you on an age to understand your market. So just understanding that concept of understanding, you don't need to be the top dog. Just understanding who the top dog and how the top dog does his things, you are able to pick certain things that allow you to be strategic in the way you move. Sometimes you don't even need to be competitive with these people. Reach out and tell them you need help. Reach out and tell them you need a mentor in that area. It is not you are leveraging on years of them doing what you are trying to do. You understand? So it is important that you understand the demographics. What is the education background behind the type of people that you're trying to target? What is the income bracket of the people that you're trying to target? Listen, I'm in logistics myself, and I don't necessarily have a big market share. I don't have a big market share because I know there's people that are killing it in the space of logistics. Am I in competition with them? In the context of business, I am, but I'm not really in competition with them because I've understood the game of understanding what my niche is. So in my logistics space, I have a good clientele, very small clientele that I know that these are my guys and they'll never go anywhere, right? So I ensure that I make them happy. I ensure that I'm killing it. I ensure that even when they need a favor and it doesn't have to do with me getting paid at the end of the day, I'm always there for them. Why? Because this small clientele in itself, I've understood their income over the space of the period that I've been in business. So I've understood their behavioral traits. I understand when they buy. I understand when they need me. I understand. So I'm able to plan my year. I'm able to plan 6 months because I know in a month, there's these two clients that I know are going to come. I know they won't come for another 2 months. So in these 2 months, there's these two other. It's a gameplay. You need to focus your strategic a view upon what it is that you want to achieve. And so demographics are very important. You need to understand the values, the lifestyle of the people that you're trying to target, the behaviors. What is you need to know that people are about brand loyalty, especially in Zambia, right? I don't understand this obsession that Zambians have with Hungry Lion, because Hungry Lion is not the best chicken or the best chips in the market. I believe KFC have a better brand than Hungry Lion. I love Hungry Lion, by the way, don't get me wrong. But I believe KFC have got a better brand than Hungry Lion. But KFC has nothing on Hungry Lion in Zambia. But when you come to South Africa, nobody even knows where to find the Hungry Lion because KFC have understood the market share and they're killing it in that way. But one thing that I've understood about people is brand loyalty. So if you come to South Africa with the Hungry Lion and you're trying to sell Hungry Lion as Hungry Lion, people are gonna look at you like, why am I trying to buy Hungry Lion? I love KFC, right? But if you take KFC to Zambia, people are like, my guy, Hungry Lion is the one. Why? Because brand loyalty over the years it has been able to monopolize the chicken and chip space. It has been able to, it's been there longer. And so people just trust it more, not that it's even the best. So the more you stay, take care of your clients, because the more you run and you work with your clients, you find it to be 6 months, to be a year, it to be 2 years. Before you know it, that guy can never go anywhere, because even if something looks better on TV, he will not try and do business with that particular business person. He'll do business with you. Why? Because there's longevity and people. And when you understand the behavioral traits of people, you understand that people are loyal to the people that have been there the longest, right? Loyalty is a very, very important strategy that you need to understand. And this also goes to people. You're able to understand who's your loyal client here, who's this and who's that. So that is very, very important. So that is the first point, guys. If you're taking notes, the first point in understanding your market is understanding your target audience. This has to do with demographics, it has to do with psychographic, which has to do with understanding the sociology around um, the market. And the third one is behavioral traits of people. That is the first 3 points under understanding your market, which is understanding your target audience. Number two, understand your customer needs. I can never forever emphasize on this. Understanding your customer needs is simply understanding the pain points of people. Now, I once worked for an organization called Doctors Without Borders. How I know I'm a best of a salesperson is because we never sold a product to people. We sold an emotion. you we were taught how to move our hands. We were taught how to talk. We were taught how to we were never even really taught, because every time you were in the field you got better because you learned how to talk. You learned how people's behaviors when you're talking to them move. You're like, this one I'm gonna kill it. Why? Because of the way they are moving. You would understand, maybe she's walking with a baby. The idea here is, okay, cool, this client is with a child. I'm gonna focus on the child. I'm gonna come to you, mom, but I'm gonna focus on the child. Make the child happy, make the child laugh, make the child feel some type of way. And she's laughing there. Hey, so mom, there's something that I would have done with the child, that the mother, I would have touched the soft spot in the mother's heart that she wants to buy from me, not because it is strategic. So understand the pain points of people. Understand the pain points of people. For you people who sell in the field, these are strategies that you can never, that they are not really taught. You have to learn that if you are trying to sell something to somebody and you're in the field, and somebody has got a child, I've already given you a trick on how to kill that cell. Don't focus on the person that you are trying to get money from. Focus on that little child. Focus on that little thing that is they did not think about that it's actually a very, very important thing. That's a good starting point. Understanding the pain point of people. Understanding the pain point of people. When I went into logistics, it came because I had a cousin who would always call me for a certain brand of sneakers that he loved. Hey, mtumilako kashana kuna latu mempi, I'll send you money. So I began to understand, oh, cool. Why are these sneakers not in Zambia? Then I realized, oh, they are in Zambia, but they're more expensive and this and this and this. So the pain point of people is they're trying to save money. People are trying to save money every single day. So what do? I position myself to make people understand, listen, you don't need to fly to South Africa. I'm going to save you a 6K, a 12K return ticket on you coming to South Africa. You don't need to pay for accommodation whilst you're here. Reach out. I got you. I've got people in the ground who you need a TV, you need a car, you need this, you need that. You don't necessarily need to be here. You got a Josh. Guess what? I'm Dr. Nelly's son. That's a pain point because people trust my mom. And if I am my mom's son, I use that also in my marketing and in my sales because I understand that is a pain point. People have opened up to my mother or Dr. Nelly a certain way. So they have a relationship with her. Guess what? I don't even need to do much. My mom is my biggest marketer. You need something so hey, there's my son there, my guy. That's a closed deal. There's no negotiating. When I hit you with the price, you can't argue because I know I'm gonna deliver. And that's another thing about understanding the pain point of people. Do not negotiate on your price. Stick to your price, know the value that you bring into the table. I always tell this one client of mine who's always wanting a discount. Every time I throw him with the price, oh, Josh, the quarter to the rand, my guy. What? You know what I tell him? I'm like, bro, number one, I'm saving you cost of coming here. Number two, I'm saving you cost of getting shot here because the crime levels are high. Number three, I'm saving you the ability of not losing your products because a lot of things in logistics, as people who are in logistics, we face a risk of losing your a client's product. So what am I supposed to do about that, bro? You want me to give you a discount on me giving you a good service? Go somewhere else and see if they're gonna give that to you. On tries, his package gets lost along the way, or in his package, 4 or 5 things are missing, and he comes back, he's like, hey Josh, I'm sorry, bro. Aha, right? Because some of us also understand integrity. We understand that if you are just a custodian over somebody that has trusted you, so you pay back a pain point because of understanding their pain point. And that is always a good point to start when you want to kill it. It also helps you to stick to your value. Don't, if somebody negotiates, listen, mark up your price to a certain level that always mark up your price because people are always going to negotiate. By the time they're coming down to that price that they think they've gotten a discount for, that is actually the price that you wanted to charge in the first place. It's a game. Sorry about that. So yeah, pain points. I can, that's a whole topic on its own. I can go hard on that one for a whole session. But let's move because I'm trying to finish at least 3 topics. So I'm gonna run through the last two from the first one. So remember, understanding your market, the first thing is your target audience. You need to understand customer needs, you need to understand the pain point, you need to understand your target audience, you need to understand number three or number four, the market size and the growth. How are you projecting that market? What are the chances that you're going to remain in business by the end of the year? All those things are things that you need to look into. Competitive analysis, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about understanding who's your competition, right? Who's your competition? Who's and don't look at it that way. Don't look at it as that is my competition. Look at it as a way that you can learn. I'll give you an example. When I worked for my former boss for 3 years, into 4 years, it's funny how when I left, he saw me as a competitor when I still saw him as a mentor. It means I was doing something right. I'm doing something right because all of a sudden you have two of your boys that remain in the company and they give you low down. Hey, today's boardroom meeting was about you, my guy. Hey, my guy, what did you do to the Bali? I'm like, my guy, we're just trying to survive. It is what it is. It's a jungle. It's a jungle. You have to secure your meat. You understand? Industry trends, another thing that is very, very important. There's this thing called Chat GPT, people of God. I don't know why people are not maximizing on that thing. But maximizing on that thing means you have to be smart about how you use it. You have to be so good at understanding where technology is going. I can tell you one thing: if there's a hint that I can give people that want to study into or want to increase their skill set in growth or whatever, one area that I know that you never miss out on in terms of becoming relevant in society is the tech space. The tech space is growing at the fastest rate ever. Very soon, most jobs that we call jobs today will not be will not survive because AI is like taking over. Very soon, you won't really need a receptionist because on WhatsApp alone, if you want to get information about something, I can build an AI system that ensures somebody is able to talk to an AI and tech guys, tech. Position yourself in the technology space. Understand how technology can benefit you. ChatGPT is a beautiful app, but don't be naive. Use it properly. Don't use it as though it's don't let it help you. Don't let it be the help. I don't know if I'm making sense. So let's move to the next topic. So remember, first topic, understanding your market. That is understanding your target audience, your customer needs and the pain points, your market size, competitive analysis, and your industry trends. What is the thing that is killing right now? Technology. So I told you that one for free. Number two, let's go into position in your business, right? Position in your business is a very, very important aspect that a lot of people do not understand because positioning, as easy as it sounds, positioning, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's easy, but it's not simple, right? What makes your business different and better? I'll tell you for free. It's the personal touch that I add to my business. I know you can do any logistics work with anybody. You will never get the best customer service than I will give somebody. Why? Because I've personally understood behavior traits of people. So I know how to make somebody feel good. I know how to make somebody uh, 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 feel happy. It's a natural thing. I just know there's nobody who gives up. I've interacted with my competitors in the logistics space, and just the way they talk to me, I know I don't want this guy to do. I don't want this guy to be my guy when I'm doing logistics. But guess what? When I talk to other people, it's understand why are you better? Why are you better than the next person? What makes you think you're better? Sometimes being better is understanding that you got a brand strategist like a Coach David who's pumping, you paying him a certain amount of money, but you are paying him for his creative mind. Sometimes positioning is just understanding that you don't need. I always tell people this. There's this book that I'd love people to read, especially those that are getting into business. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Take time and read that book. There's a point that I'll never forget from that book that I always move with. It says you don't necessarily have to have the business, neither do you have to have the money. Know the person who has the business, know the person who has the money, and bring them together, and you are in money. I'll say that again. You don't need to have the business, meaning you don't need to have the product. You don't need to have the money to buy the product, right? You just need to know who needs the product, right? Meaning, if there's somebody who needs the product, they have the money. And you need to find out where is that product. Oh, that product is here. Great. I bring you together and I make sure I transact on your behalf. You are not paying into that person. I'm the intermediary. You pay through me. So I mark it up to whatever. And marking up is not stealing, guys. It's business. I don't even if that's why I say sometimes if you're too much of a Christian in business, you will never make money because some things you'll be, hey, my guy. It's a game. You need to understand positioning. Just position yourself between the person who has the business and the person who has the money. Bring them together. Take big build trust between you and the person who has the money, right? To be able to give you the money so that you purchase that and you're able to mark up and whatever you purchase that for them, you give it to them, they're happy, seller is happy, buyer is happy, Josh is happy. That's the most important thing that you need to understand. So that is positioning in itself. Before you know it, as we speak right now, there's a client of mine who has been who has a Land Rover, a Land Rover Defender, and he always buys his parts from Land Rover Santon in Joburg, right? And he's well, because of the relationship I have with him. Oh, Josh, you're in SA. Okay, cool. And it's been over close to a year now since I've been purchasing on his behalf, on behalf of this guy. Now, over the years, Subset is known at Land Rover. So every time I come, I don't get less than 15% discounts on any purchase that I buy from them. Why? Because over the years, Calvin, who's my guy at Land Rover, has known, oh, this is now my guy. This is now a client of mine that I can trust. I know that each and every month he's always bringing me business. So guess what? I'm able to negotiate and say, hey, Calvin, listen, these parts are worth 40K. Talk to me. Ah, Josh, let's do it like this, like this, like this. Now, that's even before you even put a markup on whatever it is that you need to charge the client on. So now you're earning a markup, you're earning a discount from the people that are selling. Yeah, nee. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's what it is all about. You just gotta find your position and know how to play it. So number one is your unique selling proposition. What's that thing that makes you better than the next person? Brand identity. This is very important. I won't touch on it because Coach David touches on it a lot. So I'm gonna go into value proposition. Value your service. People, there's nothing more important than valuing your service. Rather lose a client than make money off a client and you don't deliver a good service because you were not happy. Because you were not happy. I've been in situations when I was starting, I was trying to impress, I was trying to do things. Before you know it, you'd look at your books, you broke even. Before you know it, here you made a loss. Before you know it, nah, that's not good business. So for you to be able to know that your position in the market space is, excuse me, very good, you need to understand and put value on your head and put tax on that thing. Yeah, there's price people. If they say no, that's it. You will find your client. Law of average. You always find your client. Don't be losing out on your value because you're trying to just make money. People are gonna pick on you. They're gonna know that this one I can pick on. So every time I know I can get a discount from this guy, he's a NGO, he's a charity. He's gonna give me what I want. No, I won't give you what you want. You will give me what I want, and then I'll give you what you want. That's how it works. And the church said amen. So that is the third one. So it is, so remember, this is the second subtopic: position in your business. Unique, you need to understand your unique selling proposition, brand identity, value proposition. And the fourth one is your marketing mix. It has got 4 P's. I won't go into them because of time, but it's understanding your product, understanding the price, understanding the place, and understanding how to promote it. Those are the 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion, right? You can Google that. You can check it out in market books. I won't go into this, but that is on positioning your business, right? Now, I wanted to talk about this one and end from here and see if I can explain the assignment in a nutshell, right? The third topic that we're dealing with, we've already dealt with three if you're not paying attention. The first one was, you can post in the comment section. The second one was, you can post in the comment section. If you're taking notes, well done. If you're not, may the Lord give you understanding. The third topic is the 4 key stages to a sales funnel. This is where the game is at. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're a big business, it doesn't matter whether you're a medium sized business or a small business. You must always have a sales funnel, right? A sales funnel ensures that you see already what I gave you an example of understanding my 6 months, for example. In January, I planned out my 6 months because I knew from my certain number of clients, I know when they buy. I've understood their behavioral traits. There's this guy who buys at this time. There's this guy, there's that guy, there's that guy. So you begin to understand your sales funnel and you never go broke. You never not have money because you always have a source of income coming in. Now, remember, don't want to make the killer deal. Don't. Learn how to make, remember the first lesson that we learned today? Learn how to make small money consistently. You don't necessarily have to make the big deal. I can tell you for free, in a year, at least from my two demographics of my past 2 years, in each year, I know there's two big deals that come that just kill it for me, like kill my like I'm chilled for that year. But I never know when they come, but they come because I'm consistent in the making the small money, right? Make 1,000 a day, make a 500. That's fine. Make 100 grand, make a 2K if that month was good. Make whatever. Then you'll find that there's that month where you make 100 and you're like, oh, where did that come from? Nah, it came because you were making small money consistently and you were doing it with one of the first things that I spoke about, great attitude. Remember, one of our first classes, have a great attitude. Always have a great attitude. Whether you're making a 50 kwacha, whether you're making a 10 kwacha, whether you're making 100, attitude must be consistent. Your attitude mustn't fluctuate because now it's 100K. Now your attitude, people will pick on the fakeness. Be consistent. Be consistent. Make the small money consistently. So you understand your sales funnel that way because you are able to see and project, this is how my money comes in, this is how this comes in. That's how people stay in business. People stay in business not because they're great business people. They stay in business because they've understood their sales funnel. So there's never a time that their business is not liquid. There's never a time that their business is not liquid. Why? Because each and every time they've understood the demographics of how this business operates. So you need to learn that. You need to learn how to marginalize on a lot of things, even for those that are in corporate. I can tell you one thing, being in corporate doesn't mean you can't sell, right? Being in corporate doesn't mean you can't sell. There's this saying that Dr. Nelly likes to say. She says, likability is more important than qualification. How many people like you at the office? It's not bootlicking. It's not kissing AAS. It's not, right? It's strategy. How many people like you? You cannot not be liked. I can tell you for free, you can be the best salesperson ever. You can be the best person in that department. One day somebody's gonna come that is gonna kick you out of that position because they just had a better attitude, because somebody liked them more. You understand? Because you made one mistake, and that mistake, people just were waiting for that particular opportunity to say, yeah, now I got you. We got this person. Now let's fire them. But guess what? If you're able to be liked, if people like you, even when you make a mistake, people will know this guy is genuine. There's no way that that little difference in the balance sheet that he presented, it, just give him time. He'll sort it out. He'll find out where that little mistake was made. But it's a tough space. So who likes you, right? Who likes you? That doesn't mean go and start flirting with your boss, though, or start all that gibberish. But who likes you? Who likes you? Sometimes just that takes you a long way, and you are selling in your space. So whenever a promotion comes, guess who the boss is gonna want to pick? He's gonna want to pick you. Why? Because he knows that this is my guy. This is a person that I know is not gonna disappoint me. Why? Because you've been selling yourself even at a corporate space. All these things that we are speaking about is not just for people that are in business. This is for people that are also in corporate. Remember the first thing that we learned? You're not a business person, or rather, you're not a businessman, you are the business man. You are the business. So each and every time, look at your life as a business, even if you're in corporate, look at it as a business. The moment you understand and you crack that alone in itself, you put yourself on a pedestal. You put yourself in a position that allows you to think better than the next person. You're going to get the next promotion. You're going to speak to a certain client properly, and you won't know that that client is actually holding your next promotion, right? That client is actually holding your next promotion. I want to say this. I know I don't have time, but I want to give this example. I love to give this example when it comes to this, right? Selling in the corporate space. I used to run an office before we closed down because I tried. We moved into logistics and we didn't really need an office. We used to run an office for marketing and sales. So we had a few clients here and there, and we had employees, of course. I had quite a number of employees under my department, but there were about four people that I was really managing to help us, right? And remember, we were in a sales company. Remember our topic. We're still going to talk about the sales funnel, but this is very important. There were four guys in under like that I was really supervising over, and one was good with sales, not really great. These two were really good, and then there was this one that was just useless in sales. I mean, if we hired you to sell and you've never sold your whole life at that company, you might as well get fired. But do you know what this girl did? And funny enough, she was white. Oh my goodness, I've even forgotten her name, but I remember this other one. This one, so I'm gonna use this two as an example. So this one was a sales machine. I know that there's a new product. We give it to this person. She's gonna kill it because she's just that person. She's gonna kill it. But guess what? She had the messiest attitude ever. She had this thing. You could smell her attitude from a distance, but she will sell. This one can't sell to save her life, but she was the sweetest person. One thing that I loved about her, every other 1 hour, she would come and knock at the door. Mr. Josh, would you like some coffee? I'll be like, yes, please. An hour later, are you good? Do you need a refill? Like, yeah, please. Do you want some water? And that's all she did. That's all she did. Until one day, oh my goodness, that girl. Until one day, we had a meeting at the office, and one of our business propositions that we're trying to get into business with came to the office, right? When they came to the office, we had a very very important meeting that particular time, and she's there talking about this deal that we need to close and that and that and that. Guess who knocks at the door? Little white lady. Hi, Mr. Josh. Hi, Mr. So and so. Oh, hi, would you like some coffee? Do you know what happened? The lady that our proposed our prospective partner is like, who's that? After she walked out, who's that? I'm like, yo, that's this person and this person and this person. Like, wow, I've never seen. And she's white. No way. Such a beautiful attitude. I'm like, yo, that's that person for you. And she came, brought the water, brought the coffee, meeting continued. Guess what? When I was about to close my business, when the office was about to close, you can't sell, so I can't take you anywhere with me. But guess what? I called prospective partners, say, hey, we're about to close shop. Remember so and so? Are you still looking? I remember she was just starting her office as well. Are you still looking for somebody in admin? I got somebody for you. Remember that? So please now send me her CV. This. Guess what? Mrs. I can sell and had a bad attitude is still out of a job up to today. But Mrs. I can only sell you coffee and make sure you're happy has a job today. Why? Because she understood the game. It is not about who sells, who's got the best this, who's the toughest, who's the best guy in the department. No, if you are not liked, you are doomed. That's the example that I wanted to give. But I'm quickly gonna run through the last subtopic, the four key stages of a sales funnel. Remember, sales funnel, understanding how your sales come in, because they're not only all gonna come in January. You need to learn how to position yourself. So the first step is, so I'm gonna break it down from top, middle, bottom, and then execution. Right. So we're gonna understand the four steps to a sales channel that way. Oh my goodness, excuse me. The top level of a funnel. Remember how a funnel looks. Do I have anything here that I can use? Mm, okay, there's nothing that I can use, but we all know what a funnel looks like, right? Something like that, right? So there's always the start point. I don't know how to position this. There's always the start point. Yeah, there's always the start point where my mouth is, and there's where it comes out. So the idea is you're supposed to push, have a lot of cells in the funnel that when it starts to drip, it's overflowing, right? So that's the concept of a sales funnel, understanding how to push, and have an overflowing at the end of the funnel, right? The first step to your funnel is awareness, right? Letting people know that your business exists, right? How many people know that you even sell clothes? How many people know that you have a business? How many people know that? What do you use your social media for? It's okay to post a memory verse, guys. I love reading people's memory verses, what stood out for them in that day. But guess what? if you're only gonna do that, people are gonna know that's your business, right? That's your business. But do you know one thing that even the Bible puts very, very clear? We must tend the land. We must work it. We must take care of it. So you can't have a WhatsApp and all you post about is, I'm not slandering that, by the way, and all you post is your daughter. All you post is your husband. All you post is, oh, I'm now at the office. Oh, I drank water. My guy, like, what are you doing? Awareness. Tell people about what you're doing. What? Do people know who you are? Right? Do people know who you are? I can tell you for free, there's nobody on my WhatsApp status who needs something in South Africa and they don't reach out to me. As we speak right now, funny enough, a message just popped up on my screen a few minutes ago, and I was giving that example about those two people. I'm order already. So already I'm going to be making, filling my sales funnel. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to have to respond to them that I'm going to respond in the morning. But guess what? I already know, and the guy that is sending me is not just asking, he's about to buy, right? As we speak right now. Why? But how did it start? He just reached out to me on Instagram and he's like, dude, I saw this, bro. You in SA? I'm my guy. Uh, there's a car that I purchased, bro. Are you able to help us? I'm like, that's what I do, bro. Holla back. What do you need? No, this. You need this. Pay me so much, and you got your car in Zambia. You know what I mean? How did it come? Because I was intentional about posting on Facebook. I was intentional about posting on Instagram. I'm intentional about my WhatsApp statuses. Why? Because I know that people have to be aware of my business. So the first stage to your funnel and filling your funnel is awareness. Don't be ashamed of your business. Closed mouths don't get paid. Closed mouths, they don't get paid. So closed statuses as well don't get paid. Always post something that ensures that people are aware. Oh, okay. You're in baking and you never post about your cakes. My guy, what are you doing? All of a sudden, I know that when a birthday, I see there's a birthday, I know there's like two, three people that post on my statuses about cake. So it's up to me to decide who I want to support. Oh, that one. Ah, yeah, let's support that one. Last time we supported the other one. Why? How did I know? Because they posted on their status. Right, so that has to do a lot with awareness, and as you may know, social media is one of the best places to bring awareness from. We are a blessed generation. Let's use that to our advantage. So that is the top level or the first spot of the funnel. Awareness, right? Post, post, always post. Excuse me. Number two, interest. So this is where it starts to get real now, right? This is the middle part of the funnel as you are pushing. So people are now aware of you. Now, how do you trigger an interest for them to buy? Remember, I gave you an example of Black Friday. This Black Friday, if you're in business, don't look to buy. How are you positioning yourself to put a discount that is not a discount? There's no discounts in. There's no person that wants to not make money or want to lose money. So we think that they removed a 50% discount. Do you know how they're making the money? Because they've understood making small money consistently. So in that day, right? Then you might think they've discounted it, but because they have sold on average in a month, they sell maybe 10 pairs of sneakers. Because it's Black Friday, they know they're going to sell 100 pairs. So even if we marginalize it and we reduce it like this, we know that because we're going to sell 100, we're still going to cover up. So there's nobody that is giving a discount. It's just somebody that is spending and somebody that is selling. So how do you get people interested in your product? All right, remember, we've been practical here. So it is always very, very important to learn how to engage, especially for people that are on Twitter or LinkedIn. Always comment on people's things. The people are always telling people what they want on social media, and we don't see it. You give me a point. Always share. Talk about this. Talk about that. Uh, 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 I was talking to Nelly Ngoma and I was telling her I supplied a book for, actually her name is Leah Ngoma, not Nelly. And how did I get to knowing her? She didn't even know me. But do you know what? The editor, who is a close friend of Doc, I sparked an interest in him because I called him one day, hey, long time. I see you killing it in the editing space in Z. What's cutting? Hey, Josh Young say he calls me Abusa. Abusa, this is what's cutting this side and this. I'm like, I run a logistics company, and most of your people print here in South Africa. For real. That's one of the challenges we've been facing this side. So you there? I'm here. Guess what? I've already supplied to like 2 offers so far, Dr. Akan and him, just because of a call, because I triggered an interest and I made it known that, my guy, you need this, I'm here. Why? Because you need to be intentional. So not only do you bring awareness, reach out, tell people. I met uh, 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 the FNB Africa CEO on Saturday. I had a small meeting with him. Guess what? As much as we were talking about family stuff and whatnot, before the meeting ended, I'm like, hey, by the way, I know you have a lot of friends here in South Africa who are Zambian. You know what to do. I always forget. Lumbanya is the one. Lumbanya is my young brother. Lumbanya is the one that reminded me that this is a thing. Listen, I've got these solar panels that I need to to take to Zambia. Can you do it? I'm like, that's porridge. That's 1+1. But I sparked that interest. So not only do you make it away, you spark the interest. You reach out to people, tell people what you're doing, remind people. The Land Rover guy, there was a time he went like 2 months without buying items in whatever. I reached out, is everything okay? The Kwacha is killing you ons in Zambia. He loves, like, Josh, you know how it is here in Zambia, but don't worry. Before you know it, I triggered him to want to buy something. In a week, he was calling, Josh, there's this that I need you to do for me. Why? Because you triggered the interest. Not only did you raise awareness, you trigger the interest. I'm being practical. I can't teach you what I don't know. I wrote these notes down, very, very beautiful PowerPoint presentation. I was going to share them with you, but I don't want to be giving people pointers. I want to tell you practical things, right? So spark that interest. Let people know what you're doing. We've got 4 minutes. I'm going to run through. Oh my goodness. I thought I'll get a chance to talk about the assignment, but I'll try and explain it on the group. Yeah, I'll do it on the group. So the third one is the bottom line, right? So remember, top of the funnel, which is the opening, the middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. This has to do with ensuring that your customers make a decision to buy. You've raised awareness, you've sparked an interest, ensuring that people buy. It is not a sale until the money is in the bank. It is not a sale until I see that, the one of the favorite sounds on earth. I don't know what your whatever is on your phone, but that's how mine sounds when I receive a notification from FNB, and I know it's FNB calling. You know what I mean? So until it does a thing, you haven't made a sale. So how do you ensure that you've raised awareness, triggered interest, and people are able to buy? How do you do that? Very, very simple. Okay, at least for me, right? It is important for you to always sell the afterthought. There's something that is called the Fuji factor. Oh my goodness, time is not with us. It's called the Fuji factors. It is FUGI. Please remember, Josh. The first one has to do with the fear of loss, right? You need to know what client you're dealing with, so you know where to place this. The fear of loss. U is agency. G is greed. I is indifference. Yes, Fuji factors. Fear of loss, agency, greed, and indifference. Clients are different. So for them to make a decision, you need to either use one of these things. There are people that you know that I need to be agent with this person or else I'll lose out on this client. There are people that need a fear of loss. You're able to play around with the ability to say, my guy, if you don't do it now, you're not going to get this deal anywhere else. So depending on your business and what type of a business you're in, you will learn how to use it. Sometimes you need to be indifferent. A lot of people are too desperate to sell. You want people to buy from you. You want people to run their service with you. And so you're busy trying to sell so hard. Sometimes being different. I don't need your money. You need it, and you know that you need that money, but you don't need to show it, right? You don't need to show it. That's why sometimes appearance is also very, very important. A lot of people go out there asking their uncles for money. The same meeting that we had, I knew I needed a certain amount of money for to pay off some lawyers and whatever that we're doing. So I knew that's gonna happen when I meet this man. So I know that when I show up there, I don't need to show up looking like I'm my problems. Oh, dress up nice, nice little jacket, nice shirt, nice jeans, smelling good. You're speaking to somebody, they know that cool kid, right? There's no, yeah, from saying give me up to the end of the month, which was supposed to be today, 30th and whatnot. This guy on the table makes a sale right there. Why? Because everything about me at that moment was selling, bro. I knew that yeah, I have to be indifferent. I know you have the money I need. I know I need that money, but I'm not gonna act so desperate to the point that you know that I need that money. So I play around with everything that I need, every tool that I need. Listen, I remember, okay, just for practical sake, I needed 30K, right? I needed 30K. And I know he's a guy that lives, whenever you ask for money, he's a guy that says, I'll give you half, right? I'll give you half. Juice. So I know that's how he plays. I'm like, since that's how you play, I need 30K. So I'll tell you how much it is. I'll tell you it's 60K. I tell you, what we need is 60K for this thing. I've managed, in fact, I told him it was like a certain amount, and I've managed to raise, which I did, by the way. I've managed to raise a certain amount of money, and this is how much is just short. Okay, Josh, give me up to month, and I'll give you half of the amount. Is that fine? I'm like, that's fine. Before the meeting ended, this guy was transacting on his phone. I left that place with the money because I intuitively ensured that he makes a decision to give me that money right there and there. Indifference. I wish we had time. I wish we had time. I wish we had time. I'll take one more minute. Please bear with me. One more minute just to explain the last point, which is action. How do you turn one-time buyers into long-term buyers? I know once that man gives me his solar panels to take to Zambia, not only am I gonna be his guy, I'm his nephew. I'm not only gonna make it about being his nephew, but I'll do it so good to the point that I know that whenever his friend needs to send something, he's gonna reach out to me. Why? Because you are now learning how the game works now. So every single time I'm meeting with my family, I'm meeting with my friends, cousins, whatever, I'm always talking about my business because I need people to know that it's not a one-time thing, it's longevity. There's a business website, there's a Facebook page. So we're not playing, it's not a Kantemba business. No, it's business that we know is gonna last forever. There's an address in Zambia. If you're that person that seeing is believing, there's an address in Zambia. You go there, you see what's happening there. That oh shucks, these people are definitely in business. You come to South Africa, there's an address as well. You come and you see what's happening. You get my point. So that is that. I'm just gonna run through quickly again. So we dealt with understanding your market space, we dealt with target audience, customer needs, market size, competitive analysis, your industry trends. That's the first thing, understanding your market. Then we went to positioning your business, how to position your business, what are you offering that is unique, brand identity, value proposition, the four marketing P's, the four P's, the marketing mix, right? And then we went to the four stages of the sales funnel, which is the top, which has to do with raising awareness, the middle part, which has to do with sparking interest, the bottom part, which has to do with decision making and ensuring that people make a decision, and then the action part, which has to do with converting one-time clients into long-term clients, so that you have a whole sales funnel that allows you to project your year and an end 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 and an end. I'm going to end there. Unfortunately, I couldn't touch on the assignment. I will see if we have time tonight. I can post it or first thing in the morning. I don't know if Raquel is on the call. If you can help me post that assignment and see how, if anybody needs an explanation, I'll see how I can take some time to just explain that with a short little video, maybe like we did the last time, or myself, see how we can explain it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Shalom, shalom. Thank you.